second half.
Okay, yeah. I'll make sure to get that off.
Gotcha.
Okay, T-minus 14 minutes.
Test 1 2 1 2 3 4 5 6. Terra below Jim Mills from Gainesville, Florida. It is a bombing 60 degrees. Beautiful night in paradise.
Let's see how.
Test
I'm
1
not sure
2.
it's paradise.
Two tickets to paradise.
Like a third as much as it was. Yeah, well, yeah, about half or more of the drop springs that we get back.
Taryn,
Yes, sir.
how much room do we have? We don't have much room here. We can't really jump up and down.
Sure. I mean,
Dr. Mills, when we open up tonight's stream,
You should move that.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
when we open up tonight's stream, we're going to be doing something a little bit different. So we're going to be doing a two-shot. That's what they call in the industry. So whenever we open up, we're going to be standing next to each other talking about it. And then I'm going to hit the trigger switch to switch the camera. Does that make sense? Okay. Remember, you are channel 3 tonight. I am channel 2.
I'm not going to put this up until like kind of close.
All right, go ahead and kill your camera for right now. I'm going to take one more restroom break and then we'll be back, okay?
Unless pressing the record button on the remote. Okay.
Yes.
When do I know when to turn back?
Whenever I cue. So like I'll be like, good evening, welcome in. Whenever I start talking in the broadcast, that's when you start turning your cameras slowly towards us, and then I'm going to hit the trigger switch to prompt it. Now,
She's going to turn her camera toward us.
yeah. No? Okay, don't do it. We lost. Oh yeah, you turned it off. Okay. I'm going to run to the restroom one more time, and then we'll be good. Can I keep this on if I run to the restroom, or you?
You can go ahead. Yeah,
Take
you
it
can
off.
go ahead and put it here. We don't want to risk that. We've seen that on the news plenty, right?
Someone had one of these last night. Oh, really? Yeah. That's cool. Ooh, I like this song. It's great. Where's Karen? Where's Dragon? I think it's really bad, but this battery's about to die. It's on its last one. You can throw the charger down. I don't know. I don't know where it went either.
Paul Pilgrim is a freshman. They got a freshman in goal? That could be dangerous. That's no way. They're not starting a freshman.
Paul Pilgrim.
His name is Paul Pilgrim.
Might be good on our side. But there's no way he's bad if he's starting.
So Taryn. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, he'll be right back.
I don't know how to feel about this game. I don't know. I can't tell you. I see what you mean though about like the dizziness. It's like I'm getting vertigo filming it.
Yeah.
But I'm just being dramatic.
We going to the mannequin fair?
We're
We got
going
some buck
load
cakes and
up the
sausage.
truck, Grandma. We're going to the Bennington Fair.
Oh,
They got it.
I was yelling that in the field last night.
It's time for buckwheat cakes and sausage.
It's time.
Yeah, they got to put it in the net. They put it in the net. I'll start spouting out the catchphrases.
I'm waiting for it.
You know, I'm channeling my inner Mike Lang. You know Mike Lang? He was the longtime broadcaster for the Pens, the Pittsburgh Penguins.
Okay.
And he used to say these just crazy catchphrases.
Okay.
Like the biggest one was, "Scratch my back with a hacksaw," when the Pens would score, and "Make me a milkshake Malkin." He had a whole bunch of it. So he's a legend. He's a legend in Pittsburgh.
I wish I could hear you while we're watching.
Well, you
like
can.
live. I don't have it
yeah.
set up to do that. So
yeah.
I was like, you guys have to listen to Dr. Mills.
I don't know. I talked to the Florida
I'm glad
coach.
we got you here.
The Florida coach said they listened to it. The whole team listened to it last night. And he just shook his head. I don't know. It was good. It was good. Yeah, well, thank you. I don't know if that was a compliment or not.
I said, Dad, you got to listen to Dr. Mills because he brings in all the West Virginia colloquialisms that I had no idea anything about. Some red-eye Mothman.
The Mothman, yeah.
The red eyes of the Mothman.
The Mothman's big.
On my mark, we're going to start the record process.
Taryn, you take your job way too seriously, man.
Because I'm a professional, I'm sorry. All right, on my mark, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, record. All right. When your camera, if the top of it is flashing or you have a weird thing in your top left corner, let me know and I'll give you a new battery. Okay?
Are you guys live?
Soon.
Dr. Mills. Hey, do you have the folder from last night?
It is in the car. It's in the van.
Okay, well, I brought.
It's in one of the bags.
I checked 2 of them already. I want to get that from you tonight.
Yeah.
If it's not in the bags, then check the. I have a bad battery, but it's in the bottom of that gray.
Oh, okay. Just grab
The
it.
bottom
Grab
of the
it
gray.
before you
There's a
leave.
zipper on the bottom.
Thank you.
Gray bag to your right. Yeah, that one. Bottom. That's a bad battery though, so I don't know how. Yeah, it should be in one of the bags. There's another battery within a charger in the bags. All right. We're opening. We're opening this
hey,
up
Key?
in 2 minutes.
Could you try to move that camera? Just even if you could move it 6 inches.
Should be middle section of one of these 2
Out.
bags. Here. You gotta dig deep in this one.
The other way.
Oh,
The other
there it
way.
is.
Toward
There you go.
midfield.
And then I don't know if you can try to use the pole outlet to charge the
Is that
one.
gonna be you're gonna
I didn't
be in
get
each
anything
other's way?
charged last night.
It's fine, as long as it's charged.
Okay. And just try to move the bags and
I
keep
need
them
to see
condensed
it
so we don't
over
have
here.
anybody yelling at us. All right, we're good.
Hey.
What?
I'd like to move Allie a little bit this way so that he's like right in my sight line.
You're able to walk out. Like right here, you're able to walk out. Yeah. Okay. Now remember, we're streaming, we're commentating on 2 different platforms, ours and theirs. So we're calling the game on both.
I'm going to call a game the same way.
Okay. And the Florida Gators. Hello again, everybody. Terry Malone along with Jim Mills set to call tonight's action between the West Virginia Mountaineers and the Florida Gators. The Gators coming into tonight's contest with the number 8 ranking in the country. And we welcome you from the ground level tonight. Terry Malone along with Jim Mills from West Virginia University. We welcome you into tonight's live stream. Coach, welcome back yet again. West Virginia with a quality win on the road last night.
Well, that's I'm not sure why you chose the word quality, but we'll take it. We'll take that word quality. It was a good win.
It was.
There's nothing like a bad win. There's no bad wins, no ugly wins. A win's a win.
Right, and as you'll be listening to this stream, we'll have some wind occurring as the wind starts to pick up this evening. But West Virginia starting out the season strong. They started out with a 1-0 record. Florida, this is their first game today. How is that going to be a factor for West Virginia?
Well, I think having a game under our belts is really a good thing, and we had a scrimmage a week ago, and in-house scrimmage, which was really competitive. So WVU, if we can clean up these mistakes, Darren, we have a chance.
Well, the roster took a hit last night. A couple injuries on the roster that we should take note of. There's going to be a little bit of change today that we will see in the starting lineups. You want to talk about that?
Well, yeah, we lost a couple of outstanding midfielders. Jackson Smith, our sophomore phenom, out of Kiski Prep in Pittsburgh. Jackson suffered a concussion. He's going to be out. We also lost Will Letters. Will, an outstanding sophomore from North Jersey. He actually had a concussion. We had a really physical game last night, Taryn. And then, of course, Chase Elsis, our senior short stick midfielder, he is also out tonight. So all three midfielders are gone from this game.
So the matchup is set. Florida coming into tonight's contest at a 0 record. Nobody's played so far for Florida, but they're ranked in the top 10. This is an opportunity for West Virginia. If you're Brian Houck, you're on the road. You have a little bit of confidence after last night's win. West Virginia needs to get a nice win here tonight if they want to move on.
Well, yeah, I mean, this win would be awesome. This is a program-changing win if we can get a win out of here at Gainesville. But you know what? Let's be realistic. We're going up against a top 10 team in the nation. West Virginia starts the year at number 35 in the nation. So this is a tall order tonight.
And let's talk about the Gators real quick. They had a very successful season last year. They posted a 12-3 record. And how important is it for them to have that tournament experience when they made it down to this tournament and eventually lost to BYU? How important is it for West Virginia to start fast tonight?
Well, how hard is it to get to the national tournament?
Right.
It takes 16 teams. There's almost 90 teams in Division I MCLA, 9 conferences nationwide. These are all the Power 5 schools except, a half a dozen in the Big Ten and ACC. So if you look at all the Power 5 schools in the nation, there's only about a dozen that are NCAA D1. And there's one in the Pac-12, but none in the Big 12, none in the SEC. And so all the Power 5 schools are in the MCLA, and we're going up against one of the best tonight.
Well, it's a matchup that has been set for a few weeks now. West Virginia and Florida is getting ready to square off here in Gainesville, Florida. We'll have the call coming up right after this. Good open. That was a solid open. Good stuff.
Let me know when.
Got any chats yet?
Now remember, we still have the hot mic with them. Just a heads up.
Where do we check the chats?
Right here.
You said pretty cool.
No live chat yet.
Are you sure they can chat?
Yes, I'm positive.
Sorry. It's okay.
All right, we're coming back in a couple seconds. And we welcome you back to Gainesville, Florida, where tonight the matchup between the West Virginia Mountaineers and the Florida Gators, as we are getting ready to be set to start off this contest. West Virginia coming into tonight's contest with a 1-0 record with a quality win over UCF last night. West Virginia will try to look to continue their success after a depleted roster of injuries that took place last night. So we're getting ready to take place here in Gainesville, Florida, and we've got a nice crowd on hand. Florida has showed up, filling up the entire sideline. And Dr. Mills, you can't deny the fact that this atmosphere might be intense for the Mountaineers.
We're ready for this. We had 500 people at the Pitt game last year. We don't mind crowds. We got a big, nice crowd. Florida came out tonight.
Really nice fall-like weather too.
It really is. But you know what I'm seeing right now is that the boys line up in midfield is that Florida is starting a freshman in goal. So that's a good news for the Mountaineers. Hopefully we'll be able to possibly take advantage of that. That's Paul Pilgrim, a freshman goalie out of Winter Park High School in Maitland, Florida. And so the Florida lost a few people to graduation. That's also in WVU's favor. Going against WVU is the fact that we had 40 turnovers last night, 40 turnovers down at Trinity Prep outside of Orlando against UCF. And I'll tell you what, if we have 40 turnovers tonight, we're going to take a spanking.
So let's talk about the opportunities for success for West Virginia. If you're West Virginia, what do you need to do tonight that you did not do last night in order to get a victory over the number 8 team in the country?
Well, we got to clean it up, Darren. No penalties, no turnovers. We got to play solid lacrosse. And if we don't do that, we're gonna have a long night.
Well, it's a matchup that's been set for a while. West Virginia and Florida getting ready to square off here in Gainesville, Florida for the final game of the Florida trip for the Mountaineers.
All right, so here we go. We're lined up and ready to start this game. This is a great game against the number 8 team in the country. We got former President Brett Finzel on the face-off, and our face-off is lost to Florida. Florida picks it up. Oh no, Brett Finzel picks it up off the ground, and now it's coming down the other way. The Mountaineers have the ball, and they get it down on their end of the field. Now Brock Altman has the ball, and he takes it down below GLE, and he's on the right wing. That's his natural position, Brock Altman.
So for West Virginia, it's a quality start. You win that opening face-off. West Virginia going to try to start out fast here.
WVU has the ball. Altman's up top. Over to Augie Flynn, and now on the opposite side of the field. Once again, we lost our starting midfielder, Jackson Smith. There's a centering pass that gets away from Will Stone and picked up by Altman. So Altman was there to back it up, and now he takes it back up top to Lipinski. Over to the opposite side. That's Augie Flynn. He's trying to dodge, but no doing there. Florida closed that door quickly.
So West Virginia trying to strike first here in Gainesville.
Brandenburg shoots, and that's a bounce shot. That was beautiful. Used the ground. Holy moly, they used the ground for a shot.
And you know what? That's something that you've emphasized over the past couple seasons as well. You really like those bounce shots.
I just haven't seen it too often from the Mountaineers. Here's a nice dodge. There's a shot, and that doesn't get past. That's a nice save by the freshman goalie.
So West Virginia tried to strike first. Now here comes the Gators.
Gators bring it downfield, and they have speed, and they have numbers. Mountaineers are trying to collapse, and they do. Now the Gators are looking for a shot, but they're going to have to settle. They tried to get a quick transition goal there, but the Mountaineers came back quickly, and they know that Florida has speed, Terry.
Yeah, Florida's got some speed here, and you've got to really take an effect. This is a top 10 team in the country, so they're going to have a lot of opportunities here and some decent looks against the Mountaineers.
Florida brings it up, and now back up top. Number 2 takes a shot, and that gets past Gabriel.
Number 2 for the Gators, strike first.
That's Dylan Weinberg. He's one of their best midfielders. He's a junior out of Miami Palmetto Senior High in Miami, so he's an outstanding midfielder, and the Gators get on the board first. It's 1-0 Florida.
So West Virginia tried to go with a nice strike first, but could not succeed. Florida takes advantage of that opportunity.
Justin Dinsberger, Mountaineers sophomore, is at the pogo position. He won the first face-off, but this one goes still on the ground, and there's a push against Florida, and the ball comes back to WVU, so we're going to win 2 face-offs in a row. Now Chase Elsis has the ball, and he's going to bring it downfield. Chase was one of our defensive midfielders. He was supposed to be a scratch for today's game, but there he is. He's out on the field. His injury wasn't quite as significant as Smith's and Letters.
So the stalemate is broken. Florida strikes first with 12:45 to go in this opening quarter of play. And if you're West Virginia, you just want to stay on par here with Florida and have an immediate answer here on offense.
Jake Brandenburg's dodging down the wing. He shoots, and that
What a shot! sneaks right past the goalie. And just like that, West Virginia ties this game at 1 apiece.
Throw the kids in the truck, Grandma. We're going to the Mannington Fair.
What an impressive play.
Mountaineers are on the board and tie the score at 1. That was Jake Brandenburg with an awesome dodge down the alley. Jake is, he's just a freshman, I believe, and he's out of Frederick County, Maryland. He went to Middletown High School. Outstanding midfielder. So that's a great goal for the Mountaineers. And that's a third face-off win in a row. And we've got numbers. And there's Dinsberger going all the way to the net. And that was a save. Bounces back out to the Mountaineers.
So what a great opportunity for West Virginia to win 3 face-offs against the number 8 ranked team in the country.
Oh, that's a terrible pass and a turnover possibly. Oh, we've got, Florida picks the ball up and it is a turnover. But thankfully, 34 for the Mountaineers is back, and the Mountaineers fall back into defense, and Florida's going to settle their offense.
Now here comes the Gators.
And their midfielders on the field.
Looking for their second possession here, and they have a nice look against West Virginia. They're going to settle in, and if you're the Gators, you've got a nice look at the opening possession of the contest. What do you have to do defensively if you're West Virginia?
You got to stop that. There's a dodge down the alley and a shot that goes right past Gager. And,
number 14 for the Gators.
Just burned our defensive set. So the Mountaineers pay the price there. They're going to have to match Florida's speed on defense, and if they can't do that, once again, it's going to be a long night. So we got to pick it up on D.
Looks like the back and forth battle will continue on. 11:30 remains in this opening quarter, and West Virginia has won 3 face-offs in a row. However, the Gators have been strong on offense, and it looks like West Virginia will do it yet again.
We did. We won another face-off. That's President Brett Finzel bringing it down the field, and he's got wheels, and he's going to take it straight to the net. And that gets past the freshman goalie and all the way to the end line. Mountaineers back that up. Here's Randall's coming up from X. He's dodging. He's got speed. Ball's down on the ground. Unfortunately, that's going to be a turnover. We're going to count the turnovers tonight. That's 2. We got to limit our turnovers to less than 20 if we have a chance to win this game.
Now come the Gators, looking to strike right back. Their 3rd possession of the ball game. They've went 2 for 2. West Virginia's defense would have to settle here.
So the Gators are back on offense, and our defense is going to have to toe the line here.
If you're just now joining us, welcome into Gainesville. Terry Malone along with Jim Mills from WVU calling this matchup between the number 8 ranked Florida Gators and the Mountaineers.
There's a dodge. Good defense there. There's a shot. And Gager saves that one. So Gager first save of the night. And that's what we need. We need Gager to stand tall in that net.
At one point, and it didn't seem
Gager had a save percentage last night, Taryn, of 67% against UCF.
Now that's a pretty good percentage indeed, especially after the night that you had from UCF. West Virginia didn't play the prettiest game, but as you mentioned in the pregame last night, this is a opening weekend of the season, so you're going to have a little bit of sloppiness to start out with, but if you can get settled in here, West Virginia has that opportunity.
There's a dodge from up top and now down on the wing. Florida's going to spin it around. Mountaineers playing pretty good D here. There's Elsis. Elsis gets burned. That's a shot that gets past Gager.
What a nice strike for the Gators yet again. 3rd straight possession, and it results in a 3rd straight point. Florida on top, 3-1.
Well, Chase Elsis is definitely less than 100%.
Last time people were very
so that was an unfortunate circumstance where he wasn't able to keep up with the speed of the dodging Gator midfielder. The time before, Taryn, the second goal for Florida, we got caught. It was Dave Lipinski that got caught on the defensive side of the field. He's one of our offensive middies. Lipinski's an excellent player, but he doesn't play a lot of short stick D mid, so he got caught on that one. So 2 times in a row here, the Gators are taking advantage of our short sticks. They're isolating the short sticks, and they're getting the ball in the net. So
if you're Brian Houck, what do you say to your team to recoup and recover after that fast start by the Gators?
Well, what do you say? You gotta stand tall and let's go. I'm sure Halk's going to emphasize the fact that we're getting caught. The reason we're getting caught on the opposite side of the field is that we're giving up the turnovers. So, maintain possession, do your job, set up your offense, and, protect the rock.
Well, as we mentioned before, the wind is starting to pick up this evening, and it's a nice chilly breeze here in the Paradise State of Florida. So that background noise that you'll be hearing throughout the evening, we're on turf level, so you'll have a little bit of that background breeze noise, but disregard that as we play on throughout the remainder of tonight. So West Virginia starting to come out of the timeout now, so is the Gators, and the Gators are up 3-1, 10 minutes to go in the opening quarter, and I feel like this is going to be a back and forth battle between the Gators and the Mountaineers, and this is going to be a strong turning point in the ball game, because if your team gets worn out first, then you've got some issues.
Well, that is true. That happened to us against Liberty last year. We got worn out and gave up about 15 goals in the second half. So we can't get worn out. We got to pace ourselves. We got to take care of the rock. And there was a push from the back. That should have been a ball given to the Mountaineers. And Florida tries to trickle it in, but that's not going to work. Bobby O'Neill can't seem to get possession, and the ball rolls out. It's going to stay on Florida's side.
It's down to 22%.
So Florida has struck with their first 3 possessions of the game. They're 3-3 so far.
Our face-off wins have given us a chance. We had 3 straight possessions on face-off, and that was fantastic. That's what we need if we're going to have a chance against this team.
So back comes the Gators.
There's a shot that goes off the pipe, and man, that was a wicked shot.
That went all the way up into the moon and back. Did you see that ball go all the way up in the air like that?
Gator's going to see some speed on those shots tonight.
So the Gators trying to settle in and score once again on their 4th possession of the night. They're 3 for 3 so far. And they're trying to take some shots from distance here. Defensively, West Virginia's got to lock them up.
We've got 63 seconds on the shot clock. We've got a senior-laden defense, and so if anyone's going to be able to hang with these guys, it's going to be our defense. And Gager had a nice save there off the side of his net.
So that makes 3 so far tonight.
Florida has the ball at X, and they're looking for a crossing pass. And there's a shot, and that's
4.
Another save by Gager.
Goes to the top of the field.
Ball's down on the ground. Shot clock down to 38 seconds. Florida's already had 4 shots during this possession, so they're getting multiple attempts at the goal. 20's going to shoot, and it's going to go wide of the net, and it's going to go out. Florida backs it up, and they're going to keep possession.
5 saves for Gager so far.
Since it hit the goalie, it's been a reset of the shot clock, now back up to 80.
I know.
Here in the MCLA, the shot clock goes to 80, and the NCAA, it goes to 60. So that's not what we need. We need a turnover here. Florida's been really good with the ball. That's some great defense there.
Here's an opportunity here.
That's something to do with the fact that the scoreboard went.
And a big break for the Mountaineers there.
Virginia takes over possession. That was a great defensive stand. But unfortunately, they couldn't hang on to the ball. Chadwick drops the ball, and now the ball is picked up by Florida. And now they're going to have to get back quickly on defense once again. Florida's going to double, triple, and quadruple team our clear. And so the Mountaineers are going to have to figure out where their outlet passes are, and they're going to have to try to do the best they can to get through this Florida transition.
So the Gators 3 for 4 on offensive possession so far. That was a big break for West Virginia in the previous possession.
There's a pass that's going to go out of bounds. That'll be turnover number 1, if I'm not mistaken, or maybe number 2 for Florida. And so now the Mountaineers are going to get to try their clear again.
So now 3 for 5 on possessions for the Gators. West Virginia starting to lock up here late in the opening quarter of play. 7:15 to go. Gators are on top, 3-1.
Mountaineers had a successful clear that time, and that's Dave Lipinski that has the ball. Passes over to Mullaney, and Mullaney has the ball on the wing. Kevin Mullaney. out of Good Counsel High School in D.C. There's a shot from Augie Flynn that goes wider than that.
And I like West Virginia's attack here.
That was Will Stone on the shot, not Flynn.
Play your game!
Will Stone and Brock Altman combined for 10 goals against Central Florida last night.
Dynamic duo, Florida Mountaineers. We'll see if West Virginia can strike right back here. Make it a one-possession game.
Delaney passes to X. There's a quick shot by Randalls that goes wider than that. That was about the fastest dodge I've seen from Randalls, man. He just burst out of the X position. And that was close.
Shot clock at 20.
Mountaineers trying to get on the board again. They need to get this score closer. Now dodging through, there's a wheel through X. Oh, Flynn slips and ball comes out and Florida picks it up, and now the Mountaineers are back on defense. There's a nice stick check by Mulaney, but unsuccessful. Florida has a very fast transition. The Mountaineers are going to have to get back quickly, and they're going to have to deal with this Florida speed.
And that's something you'll see in the MCLA. Transition plays will usually lead to points for those teams that's going in transition. So something to watch here throughout the course of the evening. If Florida can capitalize on the transition, then they'll have another opportunity to punch one in.
Gators had the ball on the high wing. Opposite side of the field, there's a centering pass. 9 is dodging. He's going to shoot, and that goes way wider than that.
Shot clock going to be at 39 seconds. 5:27 remains in this opening quarter. Gators are on top 3-1.
Mountaineers had a great defensive possession last time. Let's see if they can. Oh, there's a shot, and a great save by Gager. That was a beautiful save. Right on the crease. Gager stood tall.
That makes 6 for him tonight.
Mountaineers, let's go. We have got to get some offensive production. And Graham Miller's out on the field right now.
So from our viewers from across the state of West Virginia and in Florida, we welcome you to coverage of lacrosse on the MCLA network. It's the Gators of Florida.
That pass was intercepted by the Gators, and they bring it downfield quickly, and there's going to be a quick shot, and a beautiful save by Gager!
There he is again.
He is on fire!
7 saves so far, and that's just the opening quarter. The dude is electric.
That's off Florida. That's West Virginia's ball.
Capitalize on opportunities. Let's see West Virginia can strike.
Olsas with the ball. He passes quickly.
There's an error.
And once again, there's another turnover on transition. The Mountaineers have got to
struggle for the rock right here on the grounds, right in front of the camera crew. Florida goes in transition yet again.
Emmerich way behind. Florida's got numbers. That's a bad pass right there. We've got a timeout. There's a timeout in the action. Timeout Florida. And the Gators are up 3-1 with 3:58 left in the first quarter.
Timeout on the field. We're going to take one ourselves. The Gators on top 3-1. We'll return in just a moment.
Dude, you just repeated my close.
What is it? What is it?
That's all good.
It's all good. We're doing good. This is our best broadcast of the year.
Well, yeah, it is. It's going well. It's going well.
Good job.
Just responding at all might be a bad thing for you. Like if you respond to spam,
We'll be back in 20 seconds.
like sort of clickbait stuff, just interacting with them lets the sender know that your account is active. And then they're just like, okay, here's a hot one. Let's send them around. Send them around to our buddies.
Someone commented final score prediction, another one.
So
Here's your comments.
might be the case with this one.
Your comments right there.
Apparently, robot calls were so bad. I don't know. Within the last 2 years,
You gotta switch it.
I remember them being horrible.
You good?
So much so that like the government practically like they had policies that
And welcome back to Gainesville, Florida, where tonight it's the West Virginia Mountaineers and the Florida Gators squaring off. And we welcome you turf level. Tara Malone along with Jim Mills. Dr. Mills, an interesting start here in Gainesville. West Virginia had a couple opportunities and it just let it slip away.
Well, you know, we're still making those turnover errors on transition. We have got to clean that up, Taryn. I'm telling you what, we have no chance against a top 10 team if we continue to make those errors.
So I guess the storyline tonight, West Virginia was 3 for 3 or 4 for 4 on the opening faceoffs, and then Jaeger has been phenomenal. He's saved 6 balls so far, and if you're West Virginia, you've been forcing some turnovers on Florida, so now you've got to capitalize and try to trim away the deficit.
Well, yeah, your FOGO work and your goalie work, and if you win those two things, you're going to put yourself in a great position to win the game. And we've got one of the best goalies in the NCAA, I'm telling you, and that's not an overstatement. Jack Jaeger is an outstanding goalkeeper. He consistently has save percentages between 60 and 70%.
And the percentage is the amount of the area
he gives the Mountaineers a chance every time he's on the field.
Absolutely. So the Gators are in front, 3-1.
There's a shot, and that one gets past him. I think I jinxed him, Tony.
That's okay. Gators get past them, 4-1. The Gators are in front. That was by number 14. Who's that on your roster?
Number 14, that's Chase Neal out of York Community High School in Elmhurst, Illinois. So Chase decided he was going to leave the snow of the upper Midwest and go to school in Florida.
Why not?
Probably a good move on his part.
Why not?
The Sunshine State. I think you called it Paradise State. We're going to go with the official Sunshine State.
Well, there's no sunshine here right now. We're in paradise.
All right, so we got an illegal procedure on the face-off on the Mountaineers, and Florida's going to have possession yet again.
So now, if you're West Virginia, you cannot allow any more scores here because now the deficit is starting to become a problem for West Virginia, especially here in the opening quarter of play. 3:30 remains, and the Gators have possession of the ball yet again.
We're going to have to deal with Florida's speed. Florida, almost all of their goals have come down in dodges from their midfielders down the alley.
Save number 7.
West Virginia can't keep up with it.
So Jaeger again, save number 7 of tonight. And the talented goalkeeper from West Virginia is continuing to shine on his performance.
So the Mountaineers with a successful clear. That's Jake Brandenburg with the ball, number 97, on the opposite side of the field from us. And West Virginia has yet another chance on offense to narrow this gap. Brandenburg looks for a dodge, nothing there. There's a pass that goes up top, and there's nothing there. Number 9, Graham Miller. Oh, and that's great defense. Miller picks it up, though, and now he's got a chance to dodge and score. There's a quick pass over to the opposite side, and Will Stone. That ball is stopped by the freshman goalkeeper for Florida.
Tried to pull a little slingshot action right there, but it just didn't work out. Here comes Florida's transition attack.
The Mountaineers' offensive middies are getting stuck on defense because Florida moves the ball in lightning speed. And they have got to learn to deal with that. They're going to have to put defensive-minded offensive middies on the field if they're going to deal with Florida's transition.
So the Gators looking to strike right back yet again. They're up 4-1, 2 minutes remain in this opening quarter of the contest.
So she's got 2 jobs now?
West Virginia's ride has been non-existent. And there's a shot that gets past.
Same scorer.
Yet another dodge down that left alley, right to the crease. And the Mountaineers are just a step too slow. It's 5-1, with 1:46 left in the first quarter.
Listen to that breeze. We haven't had any wind issues all day, and here we are, evening portion of Florida, and it's starting to get a little breezy here. Nice atmosphere here in Gainesville. A full sideline of fans from West Virginia and Florida taking in the atmosphere between the Mountaineers and the number 8 ranked Gators.
How much data do you have to share?
All right, so the Mountaineers once again lose another face-off on a technical procedure call. And there's another dodge down the left alley, one right after another, right after another. And Brian Houck and his defensive coaching staff is going to have to address that. Florida is getting one clear shot after another down that left alley.
Too many open looks here for the Gators.
There's no slide, nothing.
What does that pop-up say on YouTube?
And I think the only win for West Virginia in this quarter is just to prevent any more points from getting on that board.
There's a shot.
I'm pretty sure, you know what, it did ask me if I wanted to put ads on the screen, and I said no. Yeah. Oh wait, no, I should say.
I'll tell you what Florida is doing.
Oh really?
They
Okay. I didn't know
are
if this
finding
was like
the short stick middies, and they are attacking them with lightning speed. There's a shot right on the crease that gets past 3 defenders and Jack Gager. Florida scores yet again, and it's now 6-1 with 1 minute left.
Okay.
Number 21 for the Gators struck right there, and Florida just having one answer right after another.
That was Ethan Hine, the junior attackman, that decided he wanted to get on the party.
People were paying for, so I didn't know if having ads on it would be.
Well, welcome.
Mountaineers are
Like, hey, what's the
struggling here on
deal?
defense, that's for sure.
Well, welcome to the party. And here we are, 6-1. 1:02 remains in the opening quarter, and the deficit just keeps getting larger for the Mountaineers.
Yes, sir!
Well, the Mountaineers are getting a taste of what it's like to play a top 10 team.
Absolutely. Now, this is good experience, especially for the beginning portions of the season, because now you can look to see what aspects you can fix later on down the road.
You know, since they don't have
But taking on the number 8th ranked Gators is a tough task at hand.
Good defense, Zach! 23, we're like number
All right,
one.
well, a little dead space here, space there. While I gather my thoughts. There's a nice attempt at a pass toward the crease, but the turnover. Now Florida passes it back to their goalie. Now to the opposite side of the field.
They're just going to try to chew away the clock with 10 seconds remaining in this opening quarter of play.
I didn't know if you were supposed to.
There was no ride whatsoever. It's like
Okay, I didn't know like at what part of the signal you adjusted, but it's good to know that you can do it there too.
And there it is at the end of one. The Florida Gators on top of the Mountaineers 6-1. We'll return in just a moment from Gainesville.
Oops.
Should I stop it?
Yes, stop and then start recording. Dr. Mills dropped shit in the broadcast. Oops.
It's all right.
You should have saw my face. I was like,
The F-bombs could start coming out. If that happens,
we're on another network now. We don't want to cancel 2 networks in one stone.
They're just so fat.
Well, hi there.
Hey, not much action going on down there.
How's your pictures?
Good. Yeah.
Yeah.
I wanted to get some of the offenses in, and Connie was on defense, and they're never down there.
Well, you might have to work on some defensive shots.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How you guys doing?
Switch batteries.
Give me that.
Hold on, wait, on my mark. Hold on. Let me transition to the other camera. There you go.
I'll let you do it. I
You're
couldn't
good.
get it last time.
a little time.
There we go. You're on.
Damage control.
All right, we're coming back.
They're like, it's so warm, but I'm like no,
We're cold also. But I feel like if we were at home, then this would be like nice.
and we'd be like, oh, it's not that bad.
Yeah, it's like in context.
Yeah.
And welcome back to Gainesville, Florida. Taryn Mullen along with Jim Mills calling tonight's action between the West Virginia Mountaineers and the Florida Gators as we welcome you in. And Dr. Mills, nothing new in our chats this evening, but really the storyline tonight.
What is the storyline?
The storyline tonight is Florida striking really hard in that transition, and Gager, the storyline for West Virginia is Gager coming up strong with pretty much half of those shots.
Yeah, if you consider Gager has, 7 or 8 saves at this point, and Florida has 6 goals on the board. So,
Why is that?
and it's only been one quarter. We're talking about 15, at least 15 shots, and more probably 60 shots in a game. And usually about a third of your shots go in. So Florida's looking at a 20-goal night, 20-plus goal night, unless the Mountaineers are going to, pick it up.
So the turnover monster strikes yet again and for West Virginia, and they're going to try to find a way to have an answer here in the second quarter, but they've got to come out strong, and they've got to attack fast, and they've got to lock up on defense if they have any chance of rallying from a 5-point deficit.
That was a beautiful face-off attempt there by Dinsberger, who sent it out the back. And it is picked up and shot toward, or passed over to Gager, excuse me. The Mountaineers are going to be coming up, hopefully on transition. There's a stick check from Florida, but that's nothing doing. It's been Chadwick with the ball. He's taking it toward the net. Sends it to X. Now the Mountaineers with a successful clear on the offensive side of the field. Let's see if we can get something going. It'd be nice to start the second quarter with a goal.
Absolutely.
Play defense. What are you doing?
So the Mountaineers have the ball way up top. That's Kevin Mullaney. He's dodging down the alley. There's a pass. It's broken up by Florida's defender.
They're going to take over here.
Really high reach from one of the deep holes on Florida's end.
I think we have to look at it in terms of
break up of a pass and turnover.
maybe
Opposite direction. There's a stick check on the Mountaineers, caused the ball to come out. Florida's man went down on the ground, but there was no call on that. The refs thought it was a legit stick check. There's a pass across the middle. There's a shot.
I don't know that.
So West Virginia trying to find an answer to rally from a 5-point deficit in the second quarter. 13.5 remains. And West Virginia has had 2 opportunities as a bad pass allows the Mountaineers to have another chance to find their way to the net.
All right, well, Will Stone has the ball. Let's see if he can do anything. He's been quiet tonight. He was very active last night with 5 goals. He had at least 9 or 10 shots on goal last night. Tonight, he's been very quiet. Mountaineers bring it across. It's Mullaney still on the field. Augie Flynn in the top left.
I've done both,
Altman trying to get some speed going. Florida matched back.
It's like 20 minutes.
Mullaney passes it over to Flynn. Flynn tries to dodge down the alley. It's stopped by the freshman goalie. So Florida in rapid transition has numbers. There's a shot that gets right in the net. There's a beautiful fast break, Karen. Florida's putting on a clinic, a transition clinic.
That's number 2 for the Gators.
Number 2 is their outstanding junior midfielder. That's Dylan Wyman. He's got at least a couple goals this evening.
And he was set up quite well for that transition play.
Yeah, that was a textbook fast break. The Mountaineers just don't have the speed to match it.
So West Virginia getting everything that they've asked for here tonight. In one of the top-ranked teams in the country, in the Florida Gators.
Score's now 7-1 with 12:45 left in the second quarter. Oh, another face-off win by Dinsberger. He's actually a highlight of the Mountaineers game tonight. There's
Bounce pass! What a great shot!
beautiful beautiful shot. That was Mike Murphy over on the far wing. A little bit of offensive production. Puts the Mountaineers on the board again for the first time since the early first quarter. It's now 7-2.
And that didn't take long for West Virginia to strike right back, having an answer there. 7-2, 12 and a half to go.
That all came off a beautiful face-off win by Dinsberger. So Dinsberger is creating some offense for the Mountaineers. And looking at it out there. Dinsberger tripped up and the ball's still down on the ground. No one seems to want it picked up by Florida. Nope, still on the ground. Now there's a stick check. Ball's still on the ground. No one seems to want it picked up by the Gators.
What we got here?
Stop and play. Ref on the opposite end of the field turned. Said there was a push. And he's giving the ball back to the Mountaineers. So that was fortunate.
A great break for West Virginia here. Now you're going to try to trim away that deficit. Came in transition and scored less than 20 seconds. Let's see if they can do it again.
When the Mountaineers get behind like this, they tend to go away from their offensive sets. They tend to make things happen more individually, and that actually never tends to work out well. They're at their best when they're passing the ball around, they're setting up their offense, and they don't. That was a beautiful shot. Gets in.
Boom! Mountaineers strike right back, and like I said, you got to settle in and go for that transition. Free play for the Mountaineers, 7-3.
It's time for buckwheat cakes and sausage. We're back in this game, 7-3.
Come on, defense!
So let's see if we can win another face-off here. That would be a great thing for the Mountaineers to retain this possession again.
So the deficit's starting to trim away. West Virginia has made some nice adjustments here in the second quarter, and they've capitalized it from there. And they've outscored Florida 2-1 so far. We're only nearly 4 minutes into this quarter.
Ball's on the ground, and the Mountaineers, he ran right past the ball. We have got to have that ground ball. That was President Brett Fenzel. But it was awarded to the Mountaineers off a push.
So here we go, yet again.
They pushed Fenzel down to the ground, and the Mountaineers get to keep the ball. Fenzel stays on offense, and he's taken Jackson Smith's place tonight in the first line midfielders.
And a big break for West Virginia here. Scored back-to-back points in a matter of less than a minute of game time in the second quarter.
There's a shot from outside. That was Brett Fenzel with a 20-yard shot that was saved by the Gators. So it looks like we've got a penalty on the field. We've got Florida number 14 walking toward the box. Referee turns around to try to get the call.
I'm trying to figure out what's going on here.
Looks like it's a 1-minute penalty on Florida number 14. That's Chase McNeil. And so the Mountaineers get a chance on ELO to see if they can pull this score just a little bit closer. It's 7-3 with 11:20 left in the second quarter. All right, and so we've got Kevin Mullaney out on the field. He took Jackson Smith's place on the EMO squad. There's Will Stone. Oh, and it was so close. Just an inch away from going in. Went right over the net.
You gotta like these looks if you're West Virginia. The second quarter has been declared by them so far.
Around. Stone has the ball. Front. Now over to Altman. Altman!
Boom!
The pride of Dallastown brings the Mountaineers within 3. It's 7-4. And that, my friends, was for the Lewis County Fair Queen. The Mountaineers are on the board again, and they've scored 3 goals here in the second quarter.
And it's been in a matter of less than 5 minutes, too. 10:42 remains in this second quarter of action, and the adjustments that's been made by West Virginia here has been phenomenal. The deficit is only 3 points, and if you're Florida, you're not liking these looks at all.
That is for sure. Oh, here's a procedure call, and that's going to be turned over to the Mountaineers. We have the ball yet again.
Momentum is on West Virginia's side. Florida starting to slip away here in the second quarter.
Mike Murphy with the ball coming down the opposite side. Murphy's a two-way midfielder. He's an excellent defensive short stick midfielder, and the Mountaineers need to have him on the field in order to combat this Florida transition. But right now they've got it on offense, and they're going to spin it around and see if they can bring this game within 2. Augie Flynn with the ball. He's going to come up. He comes back down toward the middle. Now over to 26. Lipinski with a shot that's actually picked up by Randles at X.
Here's another opportunity.
Not sure what happened there. I think Lipinski lost control of the ball a little bit.
They're going to reset here.
Mullaney has the ball. He's going to look. He passes to X, and that is not handled by Randles, but backed up by Altman. And there's a shot that goes off the upper pipe.
It's something that you've noticed here so far in this contest, as the wind is really picking up at this point. Holy cow. Something that you've noticed, these corner shots have been really key for West Virginia to score. Nice little run there by West Virginia on a 3-1 scoring run here in the second quarter. 7-4, 9.5 remains in this opening half of action.
See if the Mountaineers can mount any kind of ride on this possession.
Well, your defense.
Ball at midfield over to number 2, not picked up. There's a nice pick up there. Nice stick check. Ball's on the ground. That's 32. Sean Kenworth. Now an errant pass, and that's going to go out. Is it going to go out? No.
It's going to be real close.
Right on the line, and now the Mountaineers need to get in. There's a pass that was errant and picked up by Chase Elsis. Elsis has the ball. He's going to go past midfield. There's a pass to midfield, and that pass is picked up by Mike Murphy.
Now, something that needs to be noted here, West Virginia's defense had a chance to get that breather right there because they've been on defense most of this entire contest. The second quarter has allowed them to reset and recharge, really.
That's a good point, Karen. They're observing of you. That's a good thing.
That's why they paid me the big bucks.
All right. That's Graham Miller passing toward the middle. Oh, the ball was not handled well. Picked up by Brandenburg.
Spin move. I thought he was going to take the shot on that.
Wasn't there. We've got 38 seconds on the shot clock, so the Mountaineers need to settle just a bit. Here comes Randles. He's dodging for X. He's looking for a shot, and it went off the goalie's stick. Picked up by the Gators in front of the cage.
Something West Virginia has been focusing on has been that corner shot. You don't really see them take the shot at the top of the key, but that's something that needs to be noted here tonight. The corner shots have been working for West Virginia about 50 to 60% of the time.
For 2 digits. That's right. Well, that was a great dodge by Randles for that. So he was right on the crease. Now they get past the defender. Nice stick check by 17. That was Cardetti, our LSM. He's our first line LSM, but unfortunately the Mountaineers couldn't handle it.
Still a loose ball.
Speed. The Gators have incredible speed. Mountaineers are going to have to sit.
That's something that's been leading them to much success in recent years. They've had that speed, and that's helped them make that deep run in the playoffs last year. They posted a 12-3 record and made it all the way to the tournament.
They lost to BYU in the tournament. I'll tell you what, they're one of the handful of teams that could win it all. There's a shot. That gets
We are 52 minutes into this broadcast tonight, and we thank everybody for joining us.
Gators had the ball on that. There's a shot that didn't come anywhere near him.
I didn't know they made the rule books in Braille. 2 shots. Go, boys!
Gators taking the ball out. And Max. They love to dodge from Mex. Start so many plays from that inverted position. The Mountaineers have been practicing that on defense. They knew that Florida was going to try to dodge.
Loose ball on the carpet yet again.
That's fantastic defense. There's no call there.
Got a lot of contact there.
That's a great no call. Oh, I'm sorry, there was a call on that. I didn't see the flag. It came way out the top.
Blended in with the turf. Beautiful facility here in Gainesville. We're on the campus of Florida University, right behind the softball stadium, and this is one of the best facilities we've seen so far in the lacrosse, in our travels across the country, really, here in recent years.
It's a beautiful facility. Nothing but the best here in Gainesville. That's SEC country.
Everywhere you look.
This turf field, a beautiful facility. We've got an incredible crowd here. We've got probably at least 400 or 500 people here. They really came out strong for the Gators.
And they're all along our sideline too. So it builds a nice atmosphere for this entire contest.
All right, well, the Gators had the ball, and they have the ball up top, and now they're on the wing. That's the right wing with a shot that goes wide.
Where's the net placement? It's not how it's supposed to be. Good job, Zach. Good job, Zach.
So if you're just now joining us, Florida leads West Virginia 7-4. 5 minutes to go in this contest of play for the opening half. West Virginia has posted a 3-1 run in this quarter. They've outscored the Gators, and they've done it quite well.
Gators had the ball at X. Pass it up to number 40, now back up top. 13's going to take a shot. That's saved by Gager. So Gager has close to 8 or 9 saves tonight. I don't know the exact number, but it's up there.
And he's definitely plus 60%.
But that was an errant pass. The Mountaineers cannot afford that. Picked up by Stone, though, right before it went out of bounds. So Will with a great play there. He's going to settle. There's no one that settles better than Will Stone.
So West Virginia has an opportunity with a whole minute here on the shot clock to try to get something going yet again. The pool within 2.
Kevin Mulaney with the ball. Back over to Altman. Altman
Corner
shoots.
shot yet again.
Saved by the Gators. That's a freshman goal for the Gators. He's doing a great job. 51 LSN. He's behind the back pass. Now pass on the crease. That gets past
That transition setup has been amazing for Florida. West Virginia really lucked out there. And there.
There's a shot that gets that goes wider than that.
And there yet again.
All right, Gators taking the ball out from X. Leisurely taking it up over to the wing. It looks like they're going to try to dodge from the wing, and they do. Now back down to X. Changing directions, coming up on the crease. Shot and saved by Gager. It pops up. Ball's right in front of the crease. Who wants it? Ball's still there. Right in the crease. Gager's looking at it.
He needs to
now
get back to work.
behind the crease, and now picked up by number 1, Jacob Stam. Stam brings it upfield, and there's an errant pass, and there was a nasty check by the Gators. No call there. Things will flip backward. Gators take over. So the Mountaineers could not handle it. They have to handle this ball, Taryn, if they're going to have any chance to come back in this game. There's the Gators with a shot right on the crease, and the Mountaineers are letting them dodge right to the crease. Body on the crease, Taryn, body. Let's go.
So here we are yet again, and the Gators haven't scored since the opening minutes of this quarter. West Virginia going to try to transition here.
Oh.
Tried the behind the back trick, could not execute that play, but I tell you what, that was a nice look right there.
He doesn't need to do that behind the back shot. He needs to put the ball in the net.
At this point, you were down by as much as 6, and you've posted a nice run here in the second quarter, and you're just trying to add on to that, trim away that deficit here.
The Mountaineers have shown that they can compete.
Yes.
They're winning the second quarter 3-1. So let's go. Let's make it 4-1 on this possession. 30 seconds left on the shot clock. Stone has the ball, passes back to Lipinski. Lipinski changes directions, now back up to Stone. Stone shoots, and that's blocked by the Gators and picked up by their LSM.
So here we go, that transition attack we talked about all game long. West Virginia needs to settle
Yeah,
defensively.
the ball's down on the field. Let's go, let's go. Let's get that ground ball. And that's a turnover on the Gators, and now the Mountaineers are getting some calls, and they're getting some turnovers that are coming their way.
So Florida falling apart here in this second quarter of action. They've really went numb ever since the 15-minute mark of the second quarter. I'm sorry, the 14-minute mark of the second quarter. And now we are going to get a timeout on the field.
Timeout, Brian Houck. He's going to talk about this offensive set. Houck wants a goal.
And this is something that's going to be utilized here for Brian Houck. This is a really good opportunity to get another point on the board, trim away that deficit, as West Virginia has been leading this entire second quarter. We'll be back as the Gators of Florida lead West Virginia 7-4. Be back in just a moment.
And then my coach when they were subbing people out, things are just so like our picture was at a I called myself a pro. I warmed up with the pictures. So I did like the pictures. I wasn't like I didn't throw jazz. But I went and I pitched. I was a really good team.
Does your season officially start now too? Or
Our first game was yesterday. We beat Central Florida.
Yeah. So what do you do when you go back home? Because do you play indoors? No, you play outdoors.
Oh, we don't care about snow or ice. It doesn't bother us at all. We've been practicing since January 9th.
And we're back out of the timeout. West Virginia trailing the Florida Gators 7-4 in the second quarter of action. Thank you ever so much for being with us, Taryn Mullen, along with Jim Mills on the WVU Lacrosse Network and the Quick Cut Network as well for tonight's broadcast in Gainesville, Florida.
Just to remind everyone, you can chat with us over YouTube. We're looking at the chats. Will Smith wants a little more urgency and a little less unforced turnovers. Couldn't agree with that more. And there's another unforced turnover. A pass that couldn't be handled by Augie Flynn. Flynn saying the ball was tipped by the Florida defender, but the ref says no way.
And Coach Brian Houck on the sideline trying to make a case for the Mountaineers.
Houck's having a seizure. He saw that tipped pass.
I'm sure the
It
chat
was off Florida's stick. Now it looks like the ref on the other side of the field is calling it tipped, and he's going to turn the ball back over to West Virginia. So the refs were against each other, and Brian Houck somehow, some way convinced the ref on the opposite side of the field that that was indeed a tip.
Make your case in a polite way, you might get something called your way.
Well, I've been impressed, honestly. Taryn, this is Brian Houck's second year at the helm of the Mountaineers, and over that time he's become increasingly patient, calm. He doesn't let his emotions get the best of him, but he does, he does defend the Mountaineers when the time is necessary. So kudos to Brian.
Well, we welcome you back in to Gainesville, Florida. The Mountaineers trailing Florida 7-4. The Mountaineers have posted a 3-1 run in the quarter, and they've trimmed away a 6-point deficit to make it a 3-possession game. And there's a $150 remaining in this second quarter of play.
Mountaineers take a shot there, and it goes! That is number 34, Kevin Mullaney. And I'll tell you what, Taryn, that was a fantastic shot, and grabbed the shotgun belly, and that dog wants to hunt. Woohoo! The Mountaineers pull within 2.
That was a
1
nasty
minute and 40
shot.
seconds left in the second quarter.
The transition, the timeout to get everything settled in. West Virginia has been dominating the second quarter of action. They trailed by as much as 6, and they brought it within a 2-possession game. An amazing start by West Virginia. If they can strike back here and put this game within 1 score, this is a whole complete different game coming into the second half.
I'll tell you what, I think it's a different game right now, man. We've outscored them 4-1 in the second quarter, so let's go. They seem to have made the adjustments on the sideline that are necessary, but one of the things is just dealing with this speed on transition. 51. Taryn, who is 51 for the Gators? That's Liam Storkerson, a senior defenseman from Oxbridge Academy in Palm Beach. And this kid has some speed.
Guy's got some wheels on him for sure. So Florida is going to settle in here. They're going to take advantage of the clock and the shot clock. About a 10-second differential from the shot clock and game clock.
That was a beautiful pass right on the crease and backhanded shot that went over the net.
And it was very unnecessary too, if you ask me. Florida's just trying to get the momentum back on their side. They haven't scored in the first couple minutes, or since the first couple minutes.
Another beautiful centering pass, and that was stopped by Gager right on the crease. Mountaineers have the ball, and they picked it up on the crease.
Now the battle for the ball, and here we go, West Virginia.
Gager's stick.
40 seconds to go. 40 seconds to go in the second quarter. West Virginia.
That was an unfortunate pass down on the ground, picked up by the Gators. They're coming back fast. There's a shot that goes wide over the cage. That's going to be a goalie ball.
Here we go.
West Virginia, Jack Gager.
Less than a minute to go. West Virginia's got to settle in here. They're going to try to trim away the deficit, but you're going to anticipate a transition play here.
This is Jake Brandenburg with the ball, and he passes up to Stam. Stam over to the center of the field. Here comes Mike Murphy. Mountaineers have numbers. Florida's defense is unsettled.
10 seconds to go in this quarter. Loose ball, Gators have it. 5 seconds now. Gators going to try to take a quick shot here before the break. And that's going to do it.
That's the end of the first half. And I'm telling you what, Taryn, that was the best second quarter we could have prayed for. The score is now 7-5. The Gators are up, but the Mountaineers win the second quarter 4-1. Woo!
All right. Turn off the camera. Turn off the camera and hit in the switcher.